Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Matt Daniels, and if you hear a little bit of the sound in the background, that is my son, and unfortunately I can't get rid of him. So as I said, welcome to my channel if you are here for the first time, and please make sure that you do subscribe to my channel. And if again you are returning to my channel, please also make sure that you do subscribe to my channel. What is my channel about? My channel is all about learning. It's all about using all the things that we see on TV to learn some life skills without having to experience those things that we have actually seen on TV. My channel is all about makeup, it's all about beauty, it's all about the beauty of a woman. It's all about, you know, being able to engage in everything that is happening today in our society. So if you do like my content, please make sure that you do subscribe to this channel, and please make sure that you do go through my channel to see if there's anything that you might actually relate with. As a woman of God, there are a lot of things that I've actually experienced in my life that allow me to relate with a whole lot of different types of people on a lot of different levels. So let's get into today's business.
If she a baby mama, she gon' do that baby mama.
We are going to be talking about Mosa Mseleku's brand new show, which is Uthando, and we are going to be looking at some of the things that I feel like really stood out for me, and are things that we should actually learn a bit from such a situation as the society today and as individuals. So first of all, I want us to talk about Mosa Mseleku himself. Mosa Mseleku himself is a very selfish person, according to my observation. He's selfish, and he's just a big, you know, inconsiderate narcissist. That's what I've noticed about him. I feel like he's just a big, selfish, inconsiderate narcissist, and you know, he just does not think about anyone else. He does not consider anyone else's feelings except for himself. You know, even in instances where he does right to this woman, it's to benefit him somehow. I remember there's a part which I haven't captured, but then on that part he actually says, you know, when this polygamous marriage fails, it will not be the marriage that has failed, but it will be me who has failed as a person. They're not going to look at the woman, they're going to look at me, that I have failed in this marriage. So that tells me that even when he tries to make things work between him and his wives, it's not really about the wives. It's not about his family, it's about him and his pride and his ego. So he is self-centered and he's selfish. He only thinks about his feelings, his needs and his desires, you know, but it doesn't matter what the wives are just trophies and objects that he has in his house that have to agree to everything that he does. And even if they do not agree to what he does, eventually he's going to do it because, well, he is the man of the house. Now, there are a couple of things that I would actually want us to look at in terms of this show. This is what he says. He says, how is it possible for someone who came into a polygamous marriage to not want to accept that there might be people who are going to come after such a marriage, or after you have come in, right? So you went into a marriage where you found other women there, and you wanna stop me from marrying another woman where you also married and found women there, you know. So she, I think it's Mangwane, is considered to be the most jealous, according to him and according to what he said. He's the most jealous when he is loved. You know, what woman would not be jealous if a man is busy finding love from outside, whereas I feel like I have all the love to give and I'm giving him all the love inside of a house? You know, what are you going to look for outside that I can't give to you as a woman? You know, does that mean that I am not woman enough or good enough? And this is his excuse. His excuse is that he wants to grow his family. You know, he wants to grow his legacy. I feel like, you know, when you want to grow a legacy as a man or as a person and you want to live forever, you want to... It's all in the actions, in the impact that you have. Let me give you an example. Let's look at Ntangwesi. Ntangwesi, who created Ntangwesi's dam. You know, we don't know Ntangwesi. He's never been in our generation. But because of his works and the things that he's done for people, up to this day, we still talk about him. We still look at the things that he's done and we're like, oh, Ntangwesi. You know, that's how you create a legacy, and that's how you remember it. I want you to look at this.
So uphatha umuzi wena uyabona umuzi ofana nesithembu ngeke ukwazi ukuphatha. Umuzi ofana nesithembu ngeke ukuphathe.
So now he has a meeting with his sons, and he wants them to understand that he wants them to also fall, be in polygamous marriage, to be able to carry off the family yaka Tobile, because Tobile cannot have children, right, naturally, which is something like God. She can have children naturally, but I believe there could be other ways that she can have children, consider they have money, but Mseleku is just not willing, to follow that road, which is kind of like sad for Tobile, So he tells his sons that he wants them to be in polygamous marriages for the sake of Tobile's family. I mean, how selfish is that? Don't live your lives. I want you to live your lives for me. I want, he should be telling us, listen, go out there and live your lives and enjoy yourself. He's living his best life. So he tells his father to his face, and he, regardless of the circumstances, he's trying to explain, listen, this is not for me, this is not something I want to do, which Mseleku is like hurt by that, but then I really like the boy that he's outspoken, and he actually says his mind, he speaks his mind. I feel like a lot of people could, and a lot of things could be avoided if people could learn to speak their mind, to speak and say how they feel at that moment. People. Now, the second boy says, so basically, he also does not want to be in a polygamous marriage. He does not want to be in a polygamous marriage. He just kept quiet and didn't say anything because he knows his father and he did not want to argue with him, which is something that a lot of people need to learn from sometime. You need to learn to keep quiet for the sake of peace. That I think I've learned that with my dad as well. There are moments where I know, what, no matter how many important and valid points I bring to this conversation, he's just not gonna get it, so I try my best to make sure that most of the time I just keep quiet and just listen and just let him flow. You know what I mean? The action of these two boys, these are the two boys who are inside of this family. They are living and experiencing polygamy every day. So if polygamy was like so amazing as Mosa Mseleku paints it to be, then these two boys will definitely be enthusiastic about finding themselves in a polygamous marriage. But then there's nothing nice about polygamy. I think in one of Mosa Mseleku's shows, where I think in his show Mnakwetu, one of the women said something that really touched my heart about polygamy. She said polygamy is very selfish because men only think about themselves and what makes them happy. They don't think about the woman. They don't consider the woman's feelings. So in as much as when he moves from one woman to another, he's happy, I am in deep pain and I'm in deep stress that he's with the other woman. Regardless of that, they're married or what. But it still hurts that he goes out to find another woman. Am I not good enough? So those kind of things, they never think about that. Whenever men want to enter into a polygamous marriage, the only person that they are thinking about is themselves. So this just proves to me, if these boys who are living and existing and are surrounded by polygamy don't find it to be beautiful, that they can be part of it, it means maybe it's not so appealing. Maybe people should not, be quick and enthusiastic to enter into such an arrangement. Now this part here takes the cake for me, right? And her tone, like, and the thing is, she's so relaxed, but then she's just speaking him. She's so outspoken, just like her son. So you didn't call us, yes. Why are you calling us to the table? That was just a mess. Now here's something that happened. That the showstopper for yesterday's show. This is what he says. Mseleku says that he wants a permanent girlfriend. A girlfriend is basically he's just trying to manipulate his wives into agreeing for him to take a fifth wife. So now when he says he wants a permanent girlfriend, he says this in front of all his wives and in front of the entire family, because the kids were there. I don't remember the kids being sent away. I do see heads of kids in there. So he's saying that he wants a permanent in front of the kids, which I feel like it's kind of like disrespectful and inconsiderate of him to do, right? On top of that, this is the response he got from one of these. she's just went straight in there. She's like, we are like, you're crazy, you know. And then she's giving him that response. That is a disrespectful response, you know, from a woman. I wouldn't want my woman to talk to me like that. But what else was she supposed to say? Because she feels like she's being deleted a lot, because this is the first wife. There have been 4 other women, if not 5 other women, that have come, you know, after me, and you still want to add more women and are inconsiderate of my feelings and my concerns when I tell you that, you know what, I'm not interested. You know, so that is a very like big concern. You know, it's a very big concern. He's disrespectful. And what are men are watching this show, and they're watching him treat his wives like this. They are watching him, you know, interact with his whole family and children like this. And it's just a disaster of a community that we're going to build, you know, because of the things that people see on TV. Because the moment they see it on TV, they start to feel like maybe it is allowed and it is just being promoted, you know. So that is my view of this show. If you do like my review, please make sure that you press that like button and leave your comment on what you think of the show. And thank you guys for watching. I love you.